and Dominique here. Made it to another country, half of y'all. I can't spell, sorry. Vous chantez. I mean, where do we begin? The fact that today is my 34th birthday and I'm here solo traveling around West Africa. The fact that I only brought a carry-on. Or maybe by the fact that my friend moved down here to renovate a hotel.
If anyone is watching, I'm single.
Maybe we start there. Maybe we start there. Bonjour. Huh? Bonsoir.
Okay, first off, how dare they call me Papa when they know I have baby fever right now? This video is sponsored by Notion. First up, Ghana. West Africa trip. Over here, available offline. Boom. Benin, scroll down. Let's go.
Alright, I'm re-saying what I just said. Alright, it's like 5. It's early, okay? We're the only ones out here in this lot. We're walking down the deck. And off we go. Okay, we're like 20 minutes into the boat ride and still don't see anything. Okay, slowly but surely we're starting to see more and more boats. We've been out here for like 20 minutes. We were getting a little worried. It's a lot bigger than I thought. Wow. What? This is so cool. Bonjour. They're just out here on their boats. Really out here, y'all. It just keeps going and going and going and going. Et alors, ça a été créé pour échapper l'esclavage.
Ils ne savaient pas comment faire parce qu'ils ne savaient pas nager.
Ah, voilà. Yovo.
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 Yovo means white.
Great. Okay, I need that word. Yovo. And then Cotonou. No.
Cotonou. He couldn't understand you the whole trip, like. What do you mean? You were speaking English or French, you couldn't understand shit. I was speaking, she was understanding.
That's because you're basically Beninois. Is this what this looked like this morning?
Yeah.
On the way back to the hotel, I was thinking about how the local religion is Vodun, or as we call it, voodoo, Benin being the birthplace of it all. And I found it really cool, actually, that the first words of the day are considered sacred. I just thought that was cool.
J'aime trop ça. It's like, tu fais ta vie, there's no lights, you just kind of go when you want.
Yeah.
Ah ouais! Bah c'est bien, hein? Le gardien. There's the owner of the hotel. Yeah, I was just gonna come down and help you work. Yeah, I was on my way to come help you. How many employees do you have here?
47.
C'est n'importe quoi, c'est vraiment n'importe quoi. Isn't your hotel supposed to be opening today?
It was supposed to open last Thursday. Then we canceled to today, and now we're canceling to tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll probably say Wednesday.
Okay, this is Andreas. He's from Greece, although we met in Paris, right? We've been to many clubs together in Paris, and then you moved down here. How long have you lived here?
1 year.
1 year.
Yeah. Is that a good angle?
Just talk.
Okay. Yeah. You stress me. Cameras. So it was a big change from Paris to Benin.
Okay.
You see the thing.
Honestly, Andreas has no idea where he even is, and after my first lap around town, I understand. This humidity is going straight to my head too.
Like I said, I'm just gonna stick out. It doesn't matter what I do. Je te suis, hein. On y va? Après c'est moto, non? Oui. Ok. C'est bon, c'est bon, c'est bon. Et les couples viennent d'ici? Genre de Cotonou? Ah, juste à côté? Ah oui. Je peux... Au bureau. There's a line outside. People waiting.
Oh, already. We're
Okay.
here.
Have
Fun.
Yeah, have fun. You do your thing. I'll be back later. Ciao, ciao. Yeah, so Andreas had to clock in for work, but that's fine because I had to clock in for history. Ah, il tire le filet de l'océan là. The road is barré, so we took this road, and now people can't get through except this big ass bus that's gonna plow the way. Oh no. Well, this is La Porte de Non-Retour, which was one of the biggest slave ports back in the day. I'm actually surprised that, like, there's nobody here. Well, I think it's actually closed, so my guide knew the people. Yeah, in a lot of these countries, you can't do this stuff by yourself. You have to know somebody who knows somebody, because they won't let you in, basically, you know.
Actuellement, le site est fermé.
Ouais, ok.
Parce que c'est en travaux. Mais comme je suis de l'armée, j'essaie comment me défendre.
Donc ils ont marché, ils ont pris cette route-là. Hein.
Ils ont pris cette route. Les bateaux sont de l'autre côté.
Oh là là. Et tu sais où ils sont allés principalement? C'était les États-Unis ou c'est, je sais pas, le Brésil?
Brésil, les Antilles, la Martinique.
So here's how I see this. When you travel, history stops being just a paragraph in a textbook. And even if they are literally replacing the current memorial with another one that's perfectly aligned to the entrance, you still get this sense of what happened here.
Le grand bâtiment là appartenait à Tchatcha. Lui, c'est un grand marchand d'esclaves.
All right, so this was the old slave market. I feel like the craziest part of this whole thing that I just learned is that still one of the descendants of the Jaja, I think was their name, the Jaja family, who was, I guess, one of the leaders. Fact check all this, because I'm like doing it in French too, and like, you know.
Basically, one of the descendants of the family involved in this history still lives here today. I thought that was really crazy.
On se faisait ici. Et quand un Français ou vous arrivez à acheter votre esclave, vous l'amenez là-bas pour l'estampiller en fait. Et arriver en Europe, il faut qu'on reconnaisse vos esclaves. Et c'est comme ça que vous l'estampillez. Un peu comme des marchandises.
Vous parlez l'anglais, c'est ça?
Yeah, I'm American.
Ok.
Non, mais je parle français aussi.
Ok, d'accord.
Mais je parle certainement pas fond.
Donc, le tombe de Python, ça date du XIIIe siècle. Et au départ, c'était une grande forêt. Et dans le temple, c'est le python royal qui est vénéré. C'est un serpent inoffensif.
Je m'attendais pas. Ok. Ok, c'est bon.
And there I was, trapped in a room with 100 pythons, making my third sacred wish in 10 minutes. And just when it was too late to escape,
De la monnaie.
eventually I made my way back to Cotonou.
Vous avez beaucoup de touristes ici? Vous avez beaucoup de touristes ici?
Oui.
Oui. Comme moi.
So with my birthday in 2 days, obviously I needed a fresh fade. We did sit mostly in silence until I don't want to say it was for me, but
Hello. She said white guy. I said hi. Damn, I look fresh. They know it too. All right, I'm on my way to this vegan restaurant that I ate. I think I gotta go now. I was here the other day. Yo, I learned so much in the past 2 days. For my entire life, okay, not my entire life, for my entire life as a teenager, growing up in the American public education system, I was under the impression that like it was literally just the United States that took part in slavery. That's what I took from that. Like it was really only here that it started to click for me that it was mostly the Dahomey kingdom that would capture people from the rival tribes and then put them on the market, and then the French and Portuguese and whoever else wanted slaves, then they would buy them.
Les Français ne faisaient pas la guerre directement avec les autres royaumes. Il y avait des conflits entre des petits royaumes, c'est-à-dire le royaume de Abomey et beaucoup d'autres royaumes. Et quand la France ou les colonisateurs donnaient beaucoup de matériaux, des matériels de guerre pour lutter et vaincre les esclaves qui sont capturés, et ils rachètent pour donner davantage de canons, pour faire davantage de guerre. C'est pourquoi quelque part on se dit qu'on en est pour quelque chose. On en est pour quelque chose. C'est vrai qu'ils ont profité des conflits qu'il y avait entre les royaumes, entre les personnes, entre les peuples, pour faire leur commerce de façon légale. Voilà.
Most of the people from here were taken to Brazil. If not Brazil, it was the Caribbean. When they colonized the Caribbean islands like Haiti, Jamaica, most of them they wiped out the local population, and then they needed more like manpower to work the land for the sugar or spices, or I think that's my food. Yeah, saying bun. The next thing I was wondering was that, okay, the local people then had to watch out not only for like the white people coming here to try to buy them, but also the local kingdom that was trying to capture them as well. So then my next question was, okay, well then what, I mean, was there still daily life happening in the town? Was the town completely just known for slavery? Alors, tu sais par exemple quand ils sont arrivés, est-ce qu'ils avaient genre une petite village pour eux, ou genre comment ils ont fait? Ils sont restés sur le bateau? Genre où est-ce qu'ils sont vécus?
Ils ont vécu en grande partie à Ouida.
Ah oui, donc ils sont arrivés à Ouida, ils se sont installés à Ouida. And I was thinking, like, were there just people walking around the town while there were some slaves being sold every day? Like, basically, why were some people let off the hook and others weren't? And I guess it's because they were capturing, like, their rivals. Yes. And I won't make that same mistake with that spiciness. Wait, another thing I need to look up. In Cotonou, where I'm at, there's a big ass statue of an Amazon warrior. So the Amazon warriors were like were women warriors for the Dahomey kingdom. They're even on plastic water bottles. C'est aussi le Amazon sur la bouteille?
Ouais.
But now you got me wondering, wait a second, why are we celebrating the Dahomey kingdom when they were the ones that participated in the slave trade? I think my driver said it's because they resisted the French forces, but they didn't resist the Dahomey forces. Right? Si j'ai bien compris.
The Dahomey female warriors did serve the kingdom, and the kingdom was involved in the slave trade. So it's a complex history. They're sometimes celebrated for their bravery as an all-female military unit, but yeah, the historical context is definitely complicated.
Okay, see, my brain still works, because I was like, wait a second, hold on. Andreas is not happy. He's not happy. It looks so good.
Moi, je pense qu'il faut que j'arrête les travaux, quoi. Je suis pas pour ça. I don't know. What must I say? Now I'm so sad. I don't want to say anything.
Oh. What's the problem? I think this looks really good.
No, it doesn't.
So what is it that you're renovating? The floor?
Everything. The floor, the walls, the bar, but mainly the floor. 7 kush.
He's unhappy with the floors. They just redid the floors like seven freaking couche, like layers. And he's not happy with the color. He prefers the color before. In fact, you know what'll cheer him up? This bottle of champagne I brought him from Paris. It's a happy I hate my floor present. Yay! Yay! Yay!
It's good drink.
Like have to stop.
And you're not gonna stop?
Do what we gotta do.
Okay, West Africa trip, Togo, full screen. Wait, actually I need to start writing my newsletter. Let's create a new page, name it V2. Currently here in Togo, sweaty, slightly nauseous from these anti-malaria pills, and wondering what to even do for my birthday. And then wondering why I constantly put myself in situations where I'd even be wondering that when I could easily be in a place full of people, places, and things that I love. Huh.
Oui, oui. Moi c'est bon. Ouais, ouais. Magical. This meal too. This actually wasn't the meal that I was gonna get. I was gonna get the local dish, and she goes, like, that takes too long. Togo. Oh wait, first off, Benin. Andreas. There are so many people on planet Earth who are a bunch of talk, and I gotta say, as Andreas's friend, he's really out there doing it. Like, that's really freaking cool, actually. I know for him, he's just stressed all the time and constantly working, but at least from the outside, it looks good.
Là, j'ai rien à dire avec les résultats, mais attends.
I made it to Togo miraculously. The trip was 5 hours, and I think I paid $100. I was mesmerized. I don't even know really what I was looking at. I didn't watch one video, I didn't listen to one song, I just stared out the window for 5 hours straight. So these 3 countries I'm going to, Benin, Togo, and Ghana, are not the easiest to travel to. You need vaccinations. It's about a month out from the Africa trip. You have to get the vaccines like a month before so that it kicks in. Okay, so I'm out $200, 200 euros. I wasn't expecting that. I got the typhoid and the meningite. And that's only because I was like, look, I don't think I need all this stuff. Even this, she's like, as soon as you arrive at the airport, make sure to spray yourself. You need visas, you need invitation letters for those visas. It's not that it's hard to get, it's just, it's added logistics on top of the fact that the infrastructure is not really here for taking flights everywhere, you know, so that's an added cost. Like, for example, to go from Togo to Ghana on a plane is, I think, $400, and it's like an hour away. Anyway, I can see why more people don't travel to African countries, because so much is required, actually. And I mean, let's be real here, it's most likely the same thing for them when they travel to other countries as well. Like, I'm assuming it's not the easiest thing, right? So maybe this is just getting a taste of our own medicine. Anyways, I think it's all bullshit. But everything is a deal here. Everything's negotiation. A lot of what you'll do and organize is via WhatsApp, which I love. I love a WhatsApp culture, but I don't like the negotiation cultures because I'm just not good at it. I don't feel comfortable, and I don't like that our whole interaction is based on how much money I'm gonna pay you. I wanna be genuine beyond money. Now, obviously, like, I make more money than people here, so I know that we're not coming to the conversation balanced, but I mean, the same could be said when I'm back home, you know? Like, not everybody's coming to the table with the same income, so I just want it to be genuine, okay? I just want this whole thing to be genuine. Tomorrow is my 34th birthday, and I am actually so happy I'm here right now. I'm completely alone. Literally, there's no one else in this hotel. And the one thing I want to do tomorrow is be in nature and organize my life. Oh. Bonjour. Je peux marcher là? Ah, très bien. Et vous vous appelez comment?
Moi, je m'appelle Monsieur Kassa.
Et c'est votre maison?
Ouais, Monsieur Kassa. J'ai pris la retraite.
Ok, c'est pour ça que vous êtes tranquille ici.
C'est pourquoi je suis chez moi tranquillement.
La belle vie, hein? J'enlève mes chaussures, hein?
Non.
Non?
Non, il faut rentrer.
Ok, on va voir. Getting a house tour. Mais c'est bien ça! Walking in the woods and I passed this man. I said, can I walk over here? And he said, you do what you want. And now I'm seeing his house. Enchanté. That was nice of him. He did not have to invite me into his home. It's funny, everybody asked me about Donald Trump, and he was talking about the leader here. Et ici au Togo, c'est comment?
Oh, Dieu merci.
Saying that it's actually the same family that, I mean, there's like no democracy. When the father dies, the son takes the next role, and it's been like that for years. Bonjour. Hein? Bonsoir. Ok. Ow. Bon, bah moi je vais dans le centre-ville, je pense. Vous allez être en retard pour l'école, non? Vous devriez aller à l'école. Bye. Look at where I'm walking. This is their walk to school. Hein? Mais oui, mais en fait je vais au centre-ville. Le marché? En fait j'ai besoin d'acheter du savon. J'ai besoin de savon. Mais c'est combien? C'est 300. 300. Ok, on y va.
Bon, si vous allez payer le savon, c'est le savon simple ou bien il y a d'autres choses?
N'importe quel savon.
N'importe quel savon.
All right, let's go get some soap. All right, he wants me to come over there and say something. No, je vais à côté. Half the things that happen here, I don't really know what's going on. Hey, je regarde le savon. Ok, merci pour le savon. Ciao. Best birthday ever. I got myself some soap. Medicated soap. Actually, the store. Ça me va? There's just a lot going on. See? That's good business, baby. Got me another birthday present. Actually, I'm gonna just wait till somebody honks. Like that. I don't know if they're honking. Okay, well, let's see. Mon gars là, c'est là-bas. C'est bien.
Ça va bien?
Et vous?
Oh, pas mal.
Ok, ciao, ciao, bonne journée.
Merci. À vous aussi.
Okay. Oh yeah, the motorcycle didn't take me all the way. But he got me close enough, and then those guys ran up on me. And they wanted to know if I wanted to go to the bat forest. Didn't know there was a bat forest. Okay, you may or may not know this, but I have a few language courses, like a French course, a Spanish course. I have a travel column newsletter. I have a 90-day calendar that I just released, and they all run on Notion. And so let me tell you about this new feature Notion released. As you noticed in this video is sponsored by Notion. And thank God, because these pages need to be accessible at all times. And Notion offline now lets me do that. So for example, we go up here to the hamburger menu, and then typically you would be able to click this, available offline, but as you see, I'm literally offline. But that's cool because you can create new pages and still like stash all your info in there, and it'll sync the next time you reach Wi-Fi. Sorry, I need to put more of that on. Hold on. So users on the free plan with Notion, you don't have to pay for Notion, right? You get 5 pages to download. For me, that's already enough. I am only ever working on like 5 pages at a time. For paid users, even your recents and your favorites will be automatically downloaded. Let me walk you through the pages that I downloaded personally. So on the left-hand side, you see I have October Masterboard, I have Site Redesign, I have West Africa Trip, this one, 90-day calendar, which I need to order the samples while I'm here. Let's go in there. So as you see, like these are the links. At the bottom, we have working offline, last sync, tells you when it synced last. So this is just good. This is good. Like, this is what I need. This is what I need for moments like this. All right, so I like to write my newsletters in the moment. You know that intro blurb that I always write? I like to do it in the moment. So sometimes that means I'm on an airplane, no Wi-Fi. Sometimes that means, like yesterday, I was in the back of the taxi going from Benin to Togo and I was writing it. So this was the page. This is what I was writing. Of course, now it looks all cleaned up. But typically, I mean, you can leave comments here and it's still, you know, available offline. So I'd be like, rewrite this, doesn't make sense. And actually, I think this was a page that I created while I was offline. So again, you can always go up here, create new page, and then notice I'm offline, but I'm still in my Notion. Now, as always, the magic button within Notion is the backspace button, and you'll see things like uploading a file and AI are not gonna work when you're offline because there's no connection, but everything else works, you know, like headings, bullets, quotes, tables. People love to use databases in Notion. I do them in 2 ways. So for big projects, like my tracker is right here, master projects, as you can see, nice track record. And I'm currently on traveling to foreign lands. So that's the one I'm working on now. As you see, I've like kind of dropped these hints along the way. I just put them here. This is like a parking lot. Doesn't mean I have to do them, but it means that they're accounted for. What you need to know is in offline mode, it'll sync the first 50. Actually, I also use databases for my videos. So as you see, this is the video right now, West Africa extravaganza. I'm sweating. This is helpful because sometimes I'll be out filming and I'll be like, wait, what was the point of this video again? Like, what am I supposed to do? So at least I have the notes here, or I'll sometimes put songs in here so I know, like maybe I need to leave a beat at the beginning of the scene so I can walk in because that's where the music's gonna go. Damon, Dominique here in another country. Half of y'all can't spell. Here's the song that I'm gonna use. In fact, let's listen to that. If all of this is interesting to you and you want to go offline with your Notion, you can click the link in the description box below to find all the information there. Thank you, Notion, for sponsoring this entire West Africa trip. I literally needed this, so thank you. Now, where were we?
And up there on that terrace, I finished off my birthday doing exactly what I wanted to do. Being in nature.
One thing I want to do tomorrow is be in nature.
Organizing my life.
And organize my life.
You know, my entire life, I've dreaded my birthday. There's always this pressure to make it feel super special. And when it never lives up to that, I end up feeling like I somehow did it wrong. But this year, something finally clicked, and thank God. It's gonna be hard for any birthday to feel extraordinary when every day already looks like this. Buying soap.
Let's go get some soap.
Traveling the world. Actually feeling alive while I'm living out my life.
Bonsoir.
That's the most important, I think.
This is the best view I've seen in a while. We got the highest mountain in all of Togo. We got the birds migrating. So many birds. Look at these. I'm very happy with this trip. Like, I'm very happy with everything that's happened. Again, even if it's like hot as fuck out there, I'm getting eaten alive. This must be the bat exhibit. Now arriving at the bat exhibit. All right, let's go. Let's go. C'est beau. Yesterday I took out some cash so I could do more motorcycles, so I could like interact with the people selling stuff on the street, but nobody can break my bill, even the hotel. You know, just the regular bill that the ATM gives you. So, I don't know. I'm out here just walking. Everyone's talking to me. Yo vo, le blanc. Bonsoir. Bonsoir. Bonjour. Bonjour. Bonsoir. Bonsoir. Bonjour. Hi. How are you? I'm good, how are you? Okay, I found a solution. I was like, Damon, you're not gonna see yo vo. What? I don't know if it'll ever not be funny to me. I think it's just hilarious.
Pour la moto.
Lmao.
Super.
One motor taxi later, I'm back here at the hotel taking photos with the staff. Hey. I spotted the coconut tree and I think they're gonna cut down 4 coconuts for me. Okay. I don't know what it is about Accra, but this city exhausts me. I'm exhausted.
But at least I've arrived in Ghana. All right, Ghana. Let's go full screen. Boom, scroll. Checklist on complete. Arrive in Accra.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Yes, you too. Okay. It's the way I thought I was just gonna find this restaurant. There's no way I'm finding this restaurant. So, how was that for you guys? Let's move on to the field notes. One thing I was not expecting about that market was to reclaim my sense of anonymity. I should have been in these markets this entire time. There was so much going on, like everyone's trying to make a sale, and I don't even think they clocked me. They didn't even see me. You barely see me, I'm moving too fast. I already stick out enough, and then you throw on a big ass camera. It's obvious, right? So anyways, it just felt nice to be able to walk for a little bit. More than anything, I think I'm mesmerized by the women carrying things on their head. Like, one, that must be good for the back, for your posture. Like, I wonder if there's ever been a study done because I'm always hunched over with my backpack when really like maybe the center of gravity is on your head, so it makes more sense to do it that way. Again, I'm mostly mesmerized at like how high it was getting. They would get some height with that. That must be difficult enough to do on its own. Add in all that foot traffic. Like this morning when I left my house, the original goal was to go read my book in a coffee shop. Now, I chose this book specifically. Sorry, I'm getting off track. Let me. There's too many parts of this story. We'll get back to the book. I ended up stopping into this vegan restaurant.
Yes. Hello.
Where I ate the best rice, beans, plantains.
Delicious. Sorry. I know you're enjoying that music over there.
But anyways, the woman working there was like, oh, if anyone asks if it's your first time here in Ghana, you say no.
Don't let them know this is your first time. Let them know you are already here.
Yeah, I live here.
She was basically trying to say like, you need to stand up for yourself. And I was like, no, you don't have to worry about that. One of the things he said under his breath was, ah, c'est pas le tourisme ici. Then he kept going on and on. And I was like, okay, un moment, you gotta shut the fuck up too. So then I started standing up for myself and I was like, forget what I said, but it was something along the lines of, can you just let me have this freaking moment for a second? I'm just trying to have a freaking cup of coffee, thank you. I said something, yeah, I know. Then he shut up. These videos are a little rough to make sometimes because my experience in a country isn't always the best, and I want to be honest, but I also know that a lot of people at home watching this right now won't make the connection that their experience here might be different, and they'll just think, oh, Damon went to this place and it wasn't so good, so I'm not gonna go, and I don't want that to happen, you know? So I even hesitate saying things like that, because me in this position, I gotta ask myself the question, what image do I want to portray? But I want to portray the image of reality, Damon. So, what I mean by that is, look, it's not going to be a vacation. Let's just put it that way. I think when you've lived in like a New York City or Paris, you just get used to people always asking something. And again, where was my patience? Nowhere to be found in the video. Not in this video.
Non, monsieur, je suis désolé. Non, je suis désolé, j'attends.
Je veux donner quelque chose à papa.
Désolé, je suis désolé.
I mean, I could just give him money. Like, most of the people on the street are not doing that, but still, even a little amount of people doing that is a lot. And I don't have to know what to do. I like to say these conflicting thoughts actually, because when I look back at these videos in 10, 15 years, I want to know what it was like. I don't want the polished version. I want to know what happened. Like, what happened and what'd you think about it? So, all right, moving on. So this morning when I was walking around, I was looking for a coffee shop to go finish my book in. Now, as you know, I'm really into philosophy and like people thinking about things from a different angle. And I recently came across this Ghanaian author. She grew up in the States, but she's from Ghana, Alua Arthur. And she has a book all about being a death doula and helping people come to terms with the end of their life and making meaning of like what their life really meant to them. And I just liked her. Like I fuck with her. I like her a lot. And I was like, this is the perfect place to read this book. Not only is she 34 in the book, she's traveling in the book, and she's from Ghana. I'm not from Ghana, if you couldn't tell. Now here's what I'm wondering. I want to know if she feels some type of way about death, if she wanted to go into a career all about death, because when you're walking around Accra, you see these posters, funeral posters. It's kind of like when you're walking around Berlin or Paris, you see all these like rave party posters, flyers on the wall. Here, it's a lot of funerals, like obituaries, and they'll say things like call to glory, transition, 1 week observation. This is such a cultural observation that would have gone way over my head had it not been for this German girl that I met downstairs at breakfast here at this hostel. She's been doing an internship at a hospital here in Ghana for like a month, and she's the one that pointed this out. All right, so we got this book all about death, then we have this cultural observation about funeral posters being posted around town, and now that I finished the book in the coffee shop, I'm wondering if she feels this way about death because her culture seems very open with death. I don't know, and I've been trying to get to the bottom of it. I've been trying to ask all my taxi drivers. I've been trying to ask them, but nobody's understanding me. Are these funeral posters?
Which one?
Everywhere. No, everywhere. Does everybody get one? Or just some people? Thank you. Bye-bye. I've noticed there's always some communication issues. Like, I'm asking what I think is a question, and then anybody can go, but they're not hearing it that way, so I'll just ask a question, but they won't respond. And then anybody can go? The next cultural note that I have is that so much of the tourism here is based around history. And I'm like, I wonder how the local people feel that so much of the tourism is based on the past rather than the present. Like, do they feel defined by the past is what I'm trying to say. And actually 2 days ago, I met another German girl. Y'all are everywhere. I think it's cool. More than any other nationality, you're gonna come across Germans, Canadians, Brazilians, and Australians. They're the ones who are traveling everywhere. So we went to Cape Coast together, and there was a sign in the cafe that we were at, and it said, "Slavery is not our history, slavery interrupted our history." And speaking of the Germans, it's like they don't want to be known for World War II. Of course it happened, and like, yes, people can visit for that, but there's also so much more to the culture that is worth discovering, and that's probably how these people feel as well. Again though, from the tourist point of view, it seems as though those are the only things built out currently. So it's like both things are true again at the same time. Speaking of Cape Coast, now Cape Coast is one of this whole area is primarily known, for the transatlantic slave trade, because these were posts that were running for like hundreds of years at a time. The scale of that is wild. At the castle that we went to, which is where they held like they had the slave dungeons there, like where the people would be kept before the ships would arrive. I think we were in the male dungeon for like 5 minutes. That's it, 5 minutes. It was so dark that when you leave, the first thing I noticed was how bright it was. So if you gotta think, the people were held in those dungeons for months. So when they left the dungeons, I'm sure they couldn't see a damn thing, you know? And damn, I was learning so much. Again, if anything, you gotta travel to be more connected to history, like to make it feel more real. We visited the dungeons. We visited this cell that was reserved for people who rebelled. They would just throw you in there and they wouldn't open the gate until the last person died. We even went in there and they shut the door just to, like, you know, show us what it was like.
May God give us the strength to resist against any oppressor's rule.
I mean, I can't even watch half the shows that are popular on Netflix right now because they're always so disturbing. In fact, it's like that's a societal observation that I'd like to make right now. How we've gotten so desensitized or used to all the bloodshed, all the violence, all the crazy drama. People love it. I find it weird. And so when our guide was telling us a lot of the stories that was happening, I literally had to get my nausea medicine out. But it's also because, I mean, the smell in those rooms is, I mean, it's been there for centuries. This whole trip has just been a lot to take in. It's a lot on the senses. It's a lot. Every time you step outside, it's an adventure. All the history you're learning, it's a lot. Like it's a very heavy place. And it also feels a bit wrong that, I mean, before you go into the castles, people are swarming the car with the souvenirs. They'll say, "Oh, what's your name?" And they'll be very nice. And so you just give your name, like, innocently.
That's my name. His name is Sat. And you?
Damon.
Damon.
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
No, it's okay. No. By the time you exit the tour, you come out of the castle, they've already, like, painted your name on a shell. They've already made a bracelet for you that says your name on it. And even when you decline politely, "No, but it's okay, thank you," then they say, no, it's a gift. And then you're like, "No, this is not a gift.
It's not a souvenir."
They're like, no, it's a gift.
It's okay. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
They shouldn't do this.
Nobody wants to be that guy, but again, it's also true that if this is what travel is going to be, then most people would rather just not go. which isn't the point. So, so I don't know what needs to happen. There needs to be more regulation, I guess, from the government. So after the visits of those 2 castles, our tour guide drove us up to this national forest. Wow. The minute we step on the first canopy of 7, there were 7, torrential downpour. It starts storming. I'm dead. It started to rain right now.
Why is this so steep? Like what? What in the slip?
I'm already a big fan of large trees. I'm already a big fan of a nice thunderstorm. So pairing the 2, magical. In fact, 2 of my batteries don't even work anymore because they got too wet from being in my bag. I'm surprised this is even working. Because it is pouring. Yo, I think this is my birthday present. Oh my God. Like, that moment itself made the whole trip worth it. That was my favorite part of Ghana. That was one of my favorite parts of this trip. Oh my God. I have no words. All right. As much as I want to bring you here with me, I gotta turn this camera off because it's gonna break. Okay. Ah! Okay, shit. I can tell the camera's about to die, and remember my camera batteries no longer work because I was on a I was suspended on a canopy because I was basically hanging from a canopy walk in Kakum National Park. So I don't have any more batteries. Okay. Flashing red. I see it, okay? I'm trying to wrap up my West Africa documentary. Thank y'all for watching. This has been yet another Damon Dominique adventure. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Fridge just turned on. And I got my champagne in there. All right, see y'all. Now we'll do a final recap of my entire field notes, like things that I'm personally taking away from this trip. Number 1, I already said this, history, right on track. History feels a lot more real. You're able to connect with it more when you've been to the place. In Togo, I love that they say papa and daughter, and the people who are like in your circle aren't just, like, you're not just calling them by their first name. There's a version of this in the States, brother and sister, or like people would call people who aren't their cousins, cousins. I was explaining to the owner of the hotel, the guy's house that I went in, he was like, oh yeah, you're staying at my daughter's hotel. And I was like, your real daughter or your... Okay, so today as I was walking through that market, that song, when you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown. I kept singing it in my head because I was thinking, yo, there's no way to be lonely here because everybody's outside. Life is happening on the street, whether you want it to or not. Like the place of transaction, the point of sale, outdoors. Obviously life happens on the street here. It seems like most business deals, just one sec, I can't concentrate right now. Stores are not like the stores that Westerners are thinking. So yes, there's a lot going on, but again, I think it's really cool. I like that everybody's outside and there's always something happening outside. There've been some interesting questions that have like taken me aback. The first one was, it happened in Togo and it happened in Benin. Basically, people be like, oh, are you French? And I said, no, I'm American, but I live in France. And they both, separate occasions went, oh, so you abandoned your country. I was like, damn, I don't even know you like that, but okay. So you abandoned your country, like you abandoned your culture. And just the way that they said it, it has stuck with me. And I'm like, please don't let them get their hands on my book because they'll probably burn it. I still stand by my book that if you are born into one country and only know one country, you only know one version of yourself. You only know one version of the world. And actually, can you even say that you know your own culture? Because isn't it by comparing and contrasting other cultures that you finally know what yours stands for? Anyways, it just took me aback. And I was like, well, you know, as you travel, you find places that you align more with. You know, my diplomatic thing that I do. Another one that took me out almost. We were in the dungeons of Cape Coast Castle and the tour guide asked me, where are you from? And I said, oh, the States. And he said, do you go to church? And I said, no. And then someone else on the tour said, why? I was like, who
are you? I don't know you. What? To this day, I don't know why the question was relevant. I don't know why he asked me that. Do you go to church? No. I don't know what, I don't know. I don't. But again, let's move on to the language note. We're just not understanding each other. I understood a lot more of the French than I did the English.
And a soldier comes inside and see I'm the only person found dead, he will go back. On say 2 of us are dead before.
And that's interesting. They just have a different way of speaking. Like, for example, I was ordering my coffee yesterday, so I asked them, can I get the Wi-Fi? And they said, yes, please. Those things, I think it's so cute. And it's not even like a one-way street here. They can't understand me either.
See, even in there, it got to the point where she was like, we can't understand each other even though we're both speaking English, so I'm gonna just turn the music up. And it was fine by me.
It's just interesting because we're both speaking English. I don't know. We're both speaking English, but we're not understanding.
All right, moving on to logistics if you're traveling here. Everything you think you might need, you need. Get it?
You need visas for each of these. Benin and Togo, you could do them online. Ghana, I had to go to the embassy in Paris. They had to take my passport for a week. That was a whole thing. For the Ghana visa, you need an invitation letter. It's easy to get, but you do have to reach out to your hotel and say, hey, can you just send me a PDF saying I'm invited? On top of that, getting from country to country to country is a bit tricky just because there aren't too many routes. So a lot of times you'll notice if you're traveling within Africa, like there'll be one stop, but that stop is back in Europe. So it definitely was an adventure. I would say, yeah, if anything, the parts of the tourism industry that are built up are revolving around the transatlantic slave trade. There are a few like national parks and things, but it's not like they're right here. You know, like these countries are they're very like long. So, and to get like here to here is like 12 hours in a car, or you could take a flight, but then the flights are not cheap. So yeah. Despite the commotion here in West Africa, I've been very calm. I have. Like, my phone barely works, like Wi-Fi is off. I feel like I'm onto something that when there are less options, you are okay with it. You make peace with it. And maybe it's the fact that everything's always available and that there's always so many choices. Actually, I think this is exactly it. There's more anxiety. What did who's that guy one? Who's that one philosopher? He said, anxiety is the dizziness of freedom. Basically, the more choices you have, the more you're always concerned with like making the right choice, and it's like impossible to know if you ever did. Therefore, you're always gonna like be second guessing. Therefore, it's just like mental gymnastics all the freaking time. I've been very calm here. Like I've been like at peace miraculously. This has been yet another Damon Dominique adventure. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. West Africans, I want to hear from you. Africans, I want to hear from you. Everyone, I want to hear from. Okay. Like, I'm ready to go home. All right, see y'all in the next one. Bye. Damn it, God. This doesn't say the intro at all. This is actually my to-do list, which includes buying soap. That's the only thing on my birthday to-do list today. No, I want a job. I came all the way down here for a job. You promised me a new career in Benin.
Oh, you want to invest? Yeah, sure.
Wait, so I'm officially not gonna see the opening of this place, right?
No, you
Great.
are.
Oh, I am?
Yeah. You are. Just, you know,
when
stay here one more week.
When I extend my trip. Damon in the edit, you're trying your best. You're hot as fuck. Like, you can't see the screen. You're like being honked at. It's loud. Like, whatever the shots look like, they look like that, and you're gonna have to make your magic work. I mean, damn, those trees in the forest were so tall that, who knows, maybe some of those trees were even here during the slave trade. It's like the bugs know that I'm here. Ow. You see, this is supposed to be keeping them off me, but it doesn't work. They can smell my Yovo blood. I'm pissed I didn't bring my... Fuck, I forgot about that. So pissed I didn't bring that camera. Like, I literally bought a camera this summer because I'm like, oh, I'll probably go to, you know, a few African countries this fall. Like, it'd be nice to not have this huge thing that's so obvious. It'd be nice to have a small camera, and I literally bought it, and then I didn't bring it. I didn't bring it because I didn't want it to clog up my bag. I made a reel about this, that even though these even though a lot of these experiences are uncomfortable and complicated, what did I say? Ultimately, I think it's what we're looking for when we're traveling. We're not looking for, it's not that we're looking for discomfort, it's that we're looking for something memorable. And it's often those experiences that are memorable. It's funny, it's kind of like, it's not that it's enjoyable in the moment, but it's enjoyable for posterity, which will last longer than the moment. So that's interesting to think about. You know, you do some things because they're fun in the moment. You know, you do some things because they're fun right now, and you're gonna have so much fun. And then you do other things that aren't so much fun right now, but you'll be able to talk about them for the rest of your life.
These floors! I love them.
I totally get that feeling though. You've invested so much time, money, effort, and it's not what you want. That's how I feel after editing every video.